Hey 8th graders, welcome to your first instructional video of 8th grade. As we work through this video, you're going to follow along with your guided notes handout. So this video is going to be an introduction to 8th grade, and our objective is I can explain the purpose of Unit 0 and how a modern classroom operates. The objective is also at the top of your guided notes, and there's 2 blanks that you have to fill in before you keep going. So go ahead and fill those in now. So this class is English. English is all about reading, writing, discussions, collaboration, and language. In this video, we'll review Unit 0 and some future units. We'll review tech tools that we're going to use in 8th grade. We'll review what a modern classroom is and how we're going to learn, how we're going to be graded, and we'll review some expectations and advice for this class. So let's start with Unit 0. It's called Unit 0 because these are key skills that you're going to need before coming into 8th grade. That includes following direction, inferencing, close reading, central idea or notes, and writing race paragraphs. So if you can just take a glance at the Unit 0 calendar, you can see that this unit is going to take us about a month. 4 weeks. But you also need to stay posted to Schoology as we work through the unit in case any dates change. On the lesson document for lesson 1, you're going to find a link to a document titled Unit 0 one-pager. Go ahead and open this document and read it carefully. I'm going to ask you a few questions. So some future units that we're going to be focusing on this semester include, we'll start off with a writer's workshop unit, so a writing unit, and then we'll move into a reading unit. This year we're going to kind of focus on the environment, environmentalism, how our environment impacts us, and things like that. I'm really excited for this year. So some important tech tools that we'll be using in 8th grade include Google Classroom, which we've already set up. Also Google Sites, which is the site for our Google class, Ms. Lundberg's English class. That's where I'll be posting all your lessons, the videos, the guided notes documents. Super important to always know how to get here and know where those documents are. Also Schoology. So daily updates here as well as where you can check your grade. It's also good practice to be checking your Gmail every so often, staying updated for feedback from your teacher. And then finally, Instagram. So if you want to follow me, I will just send reminders and send some class shout outs there. Okay, so what is a modern classroom? A modern classroom is when the teacher uses blended learning, self-pacing, and mastery-based grading. So blended learning means that is what we're doing right now. It's when you're accessing the lesson through videos and online resources. So I'm not going to stand at the front of the room and lecture. You're going to access most of these videos on Edpuzzle, and the links will be on Google Sites, on our Google Classroom site, or the Google site for our classroom, sorry. Also, self-pacing. So if you're learning a lesson and you got it, you can move ahead, but you're only going to move ahead when you're ready. So if you're struggling with the lesson, that's fine. You're going to work your way through it. Since we won't be in class together, this is something that I'll post on our Google Sites. It'll be a progress tracker. Might look a little different, but this is where you can see if you're on pace, if you're behind, or if you're moving ahead, which is great, if you need to make revisions. So this will be posted, and it's for helping you keep track of where you should be. You can self-pace within a unit, but there's still deadlines as we work through. Finally, mastery-based grading. This means that you're only going to get credit when you've mastered the content. So there's no completion grades. So if you finish a lesson, you do your mastery check, and you don't pass, you're just going to revise until you pass and achieve mastery. So mastery-based grading is what I'll be using in my class. That means you have to earn a 3 before you can move on to the next lesson. Go ahead and open again that Unit 0 one-pager, and I'm going to ask you a few questions on what you need to earn a 3 or show mastery for this unit. So some expectations I have of you while we're doing distance learning is that you're expected to check Schoology daily. That means every school day you're checking Schoology. I'll know that you've checked Schoology because I expect you to like the post I put for the day, the update. So you know where your updates are in Schoology, and you see an update from Miss Lundberg, you're just going to like it. That's going to help contribute to your work habits and participation. Great for my class. Assignments are usually due on Tuesday, and I say usually because that might change, and sometimes you're just going to need to stay updated, stay posted to Schoology in case things change, and you can help pace yourself. And finally, an expectation for our class is going to be Zooms. So you are expected to attend. They are not optional. This is our chance to check in with everybody and check in with me. We'll send more information on those coming up on our first Zoom, but just know that that's an expectation I have. So a few expectations I have of you in my class. I know that we won't be in class together for the first semester. Nevertheless, these are expectations I hold of all my students. So the first one, have all of your materials and only the specified materials on your desk. By that, I just mean that you stay focused. Number 2, complete your work doing your very best job. So show me that you're a scholar and that you're trying your best. Number 3, never talk when someone else is talking. This is part of being respectful. I have lots of expectations for my students because I know you can do great and I know that you won't disappoint me. Now, finally, some keys to success. Be a self-starter and solve your own problems. So if you're running into some tech issues or anything, you can try to figure it out for yourself, look it up on the computer, ask a friend. Don't just sit there. Use your time wisely. Don't wait last minute to turn things in. That's stressful for everyone. And number 3, if you find yourself falling behind, find help. So either me, reach out, or your classmates, always here to help you as well. But you need to, part of pacing with yourself, keep yourself in check. And last, but super, super important, have a growth mindset. So think positively about how you can perform in my class. There's always room to grow. And I'm always here to help you as well as your classmates.